Do you feel overwhelmed and stressed when you start to think, oh my God, I need to start planning for the new year, and you just don't know where to start? I'm going to show you the method that I've been using in my business for the last couple years on how I plan my year using a big dry erase calendar like the one right behind me. My name is Angelica Pompey. I'm a business coach and marketing strategist for female entrepreneurs, and I help women grow their business confidently through effective marketing strategies to help them secure the bag, aka get their shmoney. In this video, I'm going to show you how I use this big calendar right behind me to make sure I stay focused on my business goals and personal achievements in my life. So if you are a visual thinker, you're the type of person that wants to see like the big picture, then this method is for you. But before I walk you through on how to use this dry erase calendar, I want to tell you the two main reasons why I absolutely love it. Number one, it allows me to see my year at a glance. And as someone that has multiple businesses, I wear a lot of hats in different businesses, and I want to make sure these things align with one another. I want to make sure there's not too much overlapping, because burnout is real, my friend, and I want to make sure I have a balanced life as much as possible. I know that's probably like unheard of as a business owner, but I promise you there is a way to build a business around the lifestyle you desire. So this is a way that I have been keeping track of my commitments personally and in my business, and making sure that I don't stretch myself too thin. The second reason is that it allows me to adjust plans as they evolve. Yes, it's a dry erase calendar, my friend. So if something changed or you need to pivot, you can just go up to the calendar, wipe it off, and put in the new information on the respective date that you had to change it to. It's no problem. So make sure you just have an open mind when you are using this calendar, because as business owners, we have all these ambitious dreams and things, but sometimes things don't go according to plan, and that is okay. So making sure that you have that flexibility to make those adjustments on that calendar as easy as possible. So the number one question that I get is, where did I get this calendar from? I actually got this calendar from Amazon. I will drop the link here in the description below. And the reason why I love this calendar is the size. It's about 5 feet, and the blocks are pretty big where I can handwrite in them. And then it also has a column on the right-hand side of the focus for the month. I like to break down my goals monthly so I can see how to achieve that quarterly goal that I have in my business. So having those blocks is super important to me. The other thing that I love to purchase, it comes with dry erase markers. I just purchased a pack from Amazon as well. Again, I'll drop the link below. I like to color coordinate. I think this is the most important thing, especially if you have a lot of moving parts. If you have kids or family, maybe your kids get a color, your business gets a color, and your personal life gets a color. And so I'll kind of break that down a little further later in this video, but how I use these colors, but this is how I color coordinate. And just be sure, if you are doing any kind of color coordination, put a color key somewhere on your calendar or in your notes in your phone, so that way you know what the colors mean, because it's very easy for us to forget what the colors mean if you are not using the calendar as often as you should be. Now I'm going to walk you through this step-by-step process on how I fill out the calendar behind me out. So the first set of dates that I put on the calendar are major holidays, birthdays, and any personal commitments. Maybe that's attending a wedding, vacations, and if you have kids or family, you probably want to include like days off or winter breaks and things like that, so you can plan accordingly. I try not to plan any huge launches around those dates. I typically use the red color for that, and that is because I don't want to make sure I don't plan anything a little before or after that. I want to make sure I give myself enough buffer so that way I can commit to whatever is happening in my business. So that is why you see a lot of red behind me. I have not completed my calendar, by the way. There's definitely some spaces there that I need to finish outlining, but this is a requested video that I've been getting every year, and here we are creating it just for you. And there's a little bit more red than normal because this year I decided to mark up in red are my speaking engagements. I'm a speaker as well at conferences, and when I'm at these speaking events, I am 110% attendant, like being visibly there with the attendees. And so I consider that as being out of town because I am walking away from my business to be present for the conference. And so that's why you see some of those areas as well on the calendar blocked off. So yes, start with the red, start with the commitments. And if you do not have a vacation planned, I want you to pencil it in, my friend. Vacations are important. Rest is a requirement as a business owner. So go ahead, pencil it in, commit to it, and stay true to it, because we know as business owners, we like to be like, but I'm supposed to be on vacation. No, my friend, commit. You're here for it. We need rest. Rest is important. The second thing that I love to outline on this calendar are launches. I highly recommend to have one major launch a quarter, just to make sure that you are not spreading yourself thin with continuously launching something. And when I say launches, it can be anything like focusing on like growing your email list, launching a new service. Maybe it's hosting an event with a local company, making sure that you have those big ticketed items outlined and what those will be. And then you're going to work backwards from the date that those things are happening or are launching. And then you're going to work 4 to 6 weeks before to make sure you have a long stretch way to market that product or service that you are launching. And so that allows you to see, okay, I have a launch coming up in March. We probably don't want to launch something new again in April. So make sure you give yourself time with the commitments that you put to make sure you're meeting your business goals. I think that is the biggest thing that I see for business owners is that we have this big dreams and aspirations, but we're like, we don't outline the how. And like, we can have all these big dreams, but if we're not outlining the steps on how to achieve it, then making sure it gets done will never happen. So that's where I use the column here on the right-hand side to outline what is the focus for the month. So I have my big goal, and let's say for the first quarter is to grow my email list and create a freebie. So I'm going to launch that in March. So in January, my focus would be just creating my account, making sure I'm all set up. If you're looking for an email subscriber platform, I highly recommend Flowdesk. I will leave my link below for 50% off your first year. And so, yeah, if that's the goal, that would be my focus in January. My focus in February would be to grow my list naturally. And then in March, I'm launching my new freebie, and I want to see how many people I can grow my list with that freebie. So that is an example of how to utilize the calendar. And so on the calendar, I would put launch freebie on the calendar. And that's where I'll know, okay, this is when this is launching. So I know how many weeks leading up to it I need to do and what I need to do to prepare for it. And I outline like a launch plan separately. I don't put all of those things on this calendar because I want to make sure just the high level things are on the calendar. So I outline my launch plans just like on a Google Doc of like what needs to happen, and all the steps to make sure we achieve what the end goal is. So yeah, email marketing, if you are struggling with that, send me a message on Instagram and I would love to give you a couple resources as well. And another thing I love to outline on this calendar are things that are local in my area that I want to attend, whether that's events or networking groups. Maybe there's like a special client project that's going to be a lot of time commitment for you. So anything that's time consuming in your life, make sure that it is on the calendar. I think the biggest thing that I want to encourage you with is leave room for flexibility. This is so important because I don't know about you, but it's easy to be like, whoa, I don't have anything going on in August. Let me slap something in there. No, leave it blank, because you might see that something might evolve from what you launched the first time, or you want to have something new, allowing your calendar to have space. That allows me to do extra collaborations in my business, maybe have like a master class for my students. So make sure you just leave a little room, a little cushion room, because again, the plans can shift and that is okay. But if you don't have space on your calendar, how can you accommodate? If you're watching this video and you're like, Angelica, I have a team. How can my team see what's on here? I have a team as well. So what I do is once I'm done with my calendar, I actually translate this into a GoodNotes. You can download like a calendar template, and I outline the same calendar that's behind me on my digital version of it. And again, I'm a pen and paper kind of girly, so I like to map it out. Some people might use like a project management tool like Asana or Trello, which can totally be achievable as well. But I prefer pen and paper and I just send this digital copy to my team once a quarter or as things shift, just so they can understand and see the vision for my business and see what commitments I have personally as well. So yeah, that's what I do with my team members so they are on board on what is happening in the business. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I am so excited because I am launching so many new videos to serve all of you better. So be sure to tag along. And if you want weekly business tips, join my email list. The link is in the description below. And I will see you next time, my friend. Bye.